Okay, we are rolling here with one of the newest level 3 coaches, one of the first in the world in the Eastern Hemisphere. Manish, thanks for being here.
Oh, thank you so much. It's an honor.
Awesome. Let's go all the way back to how you got into fitness at all. So, not even ATG, just how'd you even get into fitness?
I was let's say, lifelong athlete. Uh, when I was a little kid, I used to play cricket. I played up to a decent level. Then I played a little bit of judo, gymnastics, badminton as well. But I really got interested in boxing and kickboxing. So uh, in kickboxing, I made it to national level, and in boxing,
Wow.
I did well as well. Uh, But around when I was 14 and 15, my interest kind of peaked into health and fitness. So I started reading muscle magazines, bodybuilding.com. I think it was available at that time. So I did
Yep.
that and then started making programs for myself, even copied Arnold's Olympia program. Uh,
Nice.
yeah. So, and then in 2015, one of my close friends wanted to learn kickboxing. So I started with him. I started teaching him. So he was my first student. And since then, and professionally, I'm teaching since 2018. Uh, I was interested in human anatomy. So I continued my education in that field as well. I wanted to be an MMA fighter,
Smart.
but
Mm.
uh, I knew somehow, like in my mid 20s, that it's not working out. So I made the switch of like to being a coach, and
Hmm.
I wanted to help as many people as possible. And so it was kind of going okay. I was doing a job in a big commercial gym, but then I heard your podcast on Rogan. I
Oh, wow.
think, yeah, it was Jan of 2022, if I remember correctly.
Yep.
19th of Jan 2022 to be exact.
Wow.
I skipped the episode. I've been listening to Rogan since 2015, and I'll listen to almost every episode of him. So I skipped your
Wow.
episode, but then I saw the post on Instagram and went back and I listened to it. And somehow your uh, thoughts and values resonated with me, and I signed up as soon as possible. And it took me a while to get going, and then I got in touch with Keegan, and
Hmm.
I joined Uncommon Success, and Keegan really like helped a lot, and my confidence kind of rose. And I've been working with CEOs and doctors only now, and I'm
Wow.
making, as you can see in my L3 success stories, I'm making life changing results possible now.
That's incredible. Talk to me about that. How do you train these people? Do they come to you? Do you go to them? How do you make those results? How do you get the client? So go from the very beginning. How do you get the client? How do you get all the way to the result?
Uh, Basically, in-person clients I only take from references. I have one or two online clients. They also came through references, so I don't have any big presence on social media. Although to be able to help more people, I want to be more uh, efficient and more productive in social media. But right now, I get mostly references, and I only take in-person clients through references. And most of these clients are with me since 2018, and the newest in-person client I took was around 2022. So
Wow.
I do take
So you've been
online
able to
clients.
keep clients. You've been able to
Yes,
keep
yes,
clients very
yes,
well.
yes. Yeah, I'm basically in their family group or friend group right now. So yeah,
That's amazing.
it's mostly word of mouth.
That speaks a lot to your character. You have your skills as a trainer. You talk about the personal side of how you're keeping these clients so well.
Well, I like to be strictly professional, and I'm very empathetic by nature. And if you look at my training side, I believe in helping as much as possible and delivering results. What I have promised, I don't really promise like that much, but what I really
Yeah.
promise, I really deliver on that. And there are some
Wow.
life changing uh, results.
Tell me about one of them.
One of my clients, he's in his 50s. He's a surgeon by profession, so his profession requires a lot of standing when
Yep.
you're operating. So he had lower back pain to an extent where he was struggling to even go to the bathroom. So I started
Wow.
working with him in 2022, and within 3 or 4 months, he was almost pain free. And now he's able
Wow.
to run 6 to 7 kilometers. That's 5 miles for you. And he
Wow.
is just last week or somewhere around that, he hiked about 14 kilometers. Uh, uh, and he was on like above 14,000 feet from sea level. So doing like enjoying his life.
That's life changing.
Yes,
That's life changing. Because when you're in the chronic pain, you can't do the things you want to do. I mean, I think that's the foundation. Just being able to, I think as a trainer, we want our people just to be able to enjoy their life,
yes,
whether they
yes,
win the competition or not. You know, because you were an athlete, I was an athlete. There was probably a time for you where you thought it was all about winning, right? All about becoming the best and winning. But now, as I became a trainer like you, I started to find even more passion. Not who wins the game, but are people able to enjoy the game? So, as an athlete for yourself, transitioning into a trainer, how do you keep yourself motivated to stay in shape? What's your own training like?
uh, this is what I really picked up from Keegan. uh, it's like I do micro sessions. So
Smart.
whenever I get time, 5, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, I do dance blocks. So if I
Mm.
can go to the gym, I'll do it body weight. If I can go to the gym, I'll do I'll do whatever it feels like. And right now I'm working on my vertical. So I
Oh,
did
cool.
kickboxing, MMA, but if I can put if good effort in my vertical, that that really speaks of like what I'm doing.
Awesome. So, for someone out there listening and they don't know what a dense block is, um, what you're saying is you set a timer and you do stuff on the minute. Do you go on the minute?
Yes, yes. Dance.
So describe how many minutes? 5 minutes, 10 minutes? What kind of exercises? Just because not everyone listening is going to know what you mean by that.
Yeah. So let's start with push-ups. The simplest one. If I'm doing push-up,
Mm-hmm.
uh, one full block is 10 minutes, and I'll do 10 push-ups on a 2 second timer. That's
Nice.
like 2 second tempo, and I'll keep it up for 10 minutes. One block is 10 minutes. Uh, 1.5 is
So
15 minutes.
10 push-ups, 10 push-ups,
Yeah.
rest. Then when the next minute hits, another
Yes.
10. So 100 push-ups in 10
Yes.
minutes.
Yes. Yes.
Nice.
And if I'd like to increase the intensity, then I'll go 10 push-ups, 10 squats. If I'd really like to increase the intensity, then I'll time
In
it.
the
I'll
same 10 minutes?
Yes, yes,
In the
yes,
same 10 minutes? 10
yes,
push-up, 10 squat
yes,
in 10 minutes.
yes. If I really go like high intensity, then I'll go 14 push-ups and 14 squats. It's on
Mm-hmm.
2 second timer, so it's 56 seconds of work and 4 seconds of rest.
Wow.
I mean, there's no rest practically. It takes to transition as well.
That's,
Yeah.
yeah. But that's cool. It's a great way as a trainer. A lot of people don't realize once they become a trainer, you still have to somehow make time for your own training. So that's really smart.
Yeah. This is what I like to do right now.
Yep. Okay. So you've got these clients, you said mostly doctors and executives.
Yes.
Um, is this what you want to do the rest of your life? What are your ambitions? And also, I wanted to find out, where do you train these people from? Do you go to them, or they come to you at a gym, or?
Right now I go to them. It's their
Okay.
house. Sometimes it's their house or their garage gym or in the basement
Mhm.
or simply at their house. But in the long term, I do feel like having a place is awesome. Uh, Before, I used to think that having a liability, like you have to pay rent, you have to manage real estate or something like that, it really gets difficult and tricky. And I've seen all of big
Yeah.
gyms around me struggle a lot. But at the same time, they're not offering anything special or anything that can
Yeah.
change, that delivers the value. So I see the point. Uh, in the really
It's
long,
tougher in India though.
yeah,
India is much tougher than America because it's harder to get space. People aren't as willing to pay for the fitness because there's two other Indian ATG coaches, and so just comparing the stories, you have a tougher challenge in India,
but there's
I
a
think, than America.
there's a like as big of a market as there is. Uh,
Yep.
Whenever I go to a mall, I see problems all around. I see people with bad posture. I see people in bad shape, and I always say to my clients, it's a ticking time bomb. Like within 5 years, sadly, we'll see a lot of people with lot of health issues, regardless of
Yep.
the reason. So, and I feel like it's on us how we present it, how we
Yeah.
not to say market it. It's like just be your authentic self, present it in a nice way, and deliver
Yep.
results, and eventually you'll get there. So I say how much of effort we put in, we'll get the same
Mm-hmm.
value. It's like you reap
Mm-hmm.
what you sow, basically.
Yeah. I agree 100%. Um, do you think those same clients, if you had let's say you had a gym, do you think they would come to your gym or would they still want to do it at their houses?
Oh, I think most of them will come to the gym.
Because if you can have some personal training clients like that, and then if you can have, let's say, either yourself or you train someone who works for you and runs classes, because not everyone can afford the personal training, but if you only run classes, it's going to be tough to make enough money. But if you can have classes where someone can pay less amount, but you get 10 people training, and also be delivering personal training during different times, I think that's the only realistic way to make a gym profit. For those who aren't aware, it's tough to make a gym business work. But I had a gym for many years, and that's where we saw that the profit became simple. When you have the classes and you have the personal training. So you are doing it right, which is that you do first need demand as a personal trainer. So you're already doing this. You're already getting all the experience as a personal trainer. Because if someone doesn't have that ability to work with people, do personal training, keep clients the way that you're keeping clients, then it's going to be hard to make a gym work. But so I think you're doing it right. If you ever did want to open a gym, you would have a strong foundation for success.
Yes, I agree. And if I ever go into this, uh, I want to have something that really changes the way the world thinks about training. Because right now, I mean, uh, like you say, we started ATG just because there was a lack of something.
Yep.
Similarly, I see a lot of lag. I saw a lot of lag as an athlete in training or coaching. Uh, the
Mm-hmm.
same thing exists right now. Same health issues, even worse. So there's a lot of opportunity, and at the same time, we can help a lot of people and we can make a real impact in the world. I'm not even
Yeah.
doing this for money practically because there are a lot of ways to make money and a lot of easier
Yeah.
ways to make money.
Yeah.
This is like really late hours. You have to get up early and you have to manage a lot of things. So this is not the easiest way to make money. Uh, but I think it is the way where I can impact the people, impact all of the people the most.
I agree 100%. I mean, in life, yeah, I feel like you got to follow a purpose to help the world, your community, but to uplift things in some way. And then you have to figure out how that can put food on the table, how that can pay your bills. Ideally, how you can save money over time from doing that. But it starts with the purpose of doing it. Not how can I make money, but how can I help the world and then Now can I put in the professionalism to make that money? So you're doing it for the right reasons. Um, you're having an impact on real people. Um, and yeah, I think if you think about your life in the long term, I think if you keep that strategy that you have right now, you're gonna have a great life. It's the way to go.
Well, thank you so much.
Help people.
Yeah, it means a
Yeah.
lot. I mean, even sitting here talking to you, it seems surreal when I look back and think, uh, let's go back to like 2021. I was like almost burned out in personal training.
Mm.
As you may have had those experiences, because I mean, we are always giving our energy to someone else for hours at a time. So, I mean, people get burned out real easy. So I was thinking about like quitting it basically. Um,
Wow.
then the podcast happened, and I was like, yes, I can really change the world. I can help people and also help my finances along the way. But always the purpose was to help someone else. I mean, it feels really amazing when you have someone who's dealing with back pain and you, you're able to help them. Someone is dealing with knee pain and you're able to help them. Uh, for athletes, I've seen is like, uh, yes, they'll get richer. Just like you say, they'll get richer. A $1 million will not make any difference to them if they're earning
Yeah.
50 already. But if you can heal a father of two, I mean, that may mean a world to him.
I love it. Amazing. Well, you're definitely the exact purpose of the level 3. So thank you for exemplifying that. Level 1, for anyone who's new to this, is just mastering the form. Then level 2 is building abilities within that form. But then level 3 means you're actually making life-changing stuff for other people, not just yourself. And so in a typical exercise education, you can learn a lot. There's no judgment on what people learn, but you're not required to change lives. You're not required to be a life-changing coach to have a degree in exercise science. So whatever we're lacking with ATG compared to a university, it's beautiful to see that you're out there changing lives. That's the purpose. And so even though you're in India and I'm in America, normally we would do this face to face, but wasn't going to make you come this far. But yes, I can officially, shake your hand and tell you you're a level 3 coach. So
Well, thank you.
thank you for doing this, for creating a difference in your community. Why don't you finish up by telling me, more about your long-term goals and whether gym or no gym, do you think about long-term goals? Like what's your, I know in India, it's still, there's not as much awareness of ATG. So, maybe you can impact that.
Yes, I mean, it's my responsibility and my good friend Karthik, it's his responsibility. I mean, we take it on us that we help it grow. Uh, I had really big ambitions when I was a teenager. I never like imagine myself driving what I'm driving right now. It's a Hyundai. I've always wanted to drive a Rolls Royce. My favorite car was Aston Martin Vanquish, and I wanted to be a UFC champion and having all the money possible and living possibly here and also in Florida and somewhere around. I really like Idaho for some reason. So,
And maybe you can still live here. We're building a gym. This is our studio gym. We're building a bigger public gym down the block in 2025. We already have the land. We're making a gym. Maybe you can
well,
come work here sometime.
yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. I would love to visit and I'd love to train with you. And so after ATG and Uncommon Success, it kind of came back. So my ambition is again there. So, but it's with a more of a purpose. Let's
Yeah.
say in 2025, I want to help 10,000 people get rid of their
Wow.
pain. I mean, some
See,
sort of
that's
pain.
huge.
Yeah.
Yeah. India needs you right now,
Yeah.
no matter what else you do. So is your plan to bring more educational content to social media to people in India?
Yes. That
Or
is my
how
plan.
do you
And to be very honest, I'm not very good in social media. I don't even like to use my phone that much. Uh, but
I didn't either. That will make you great. I hated social media. Hated it. My wife had social media. Everyone I knew had social media. I was the only guy I knew who didn't have social media. Would you ever have guessed that? Knees over toes guy, Mr. Social Media. I didn't know anybody else my age who had no social media except me. I think that's one of the things that can make you great at social media. Because if naturally you don't like it, you're going to avoid a lot of the bullshit and you're going to really focus on what you're there for. So for me, I'm there to educate and not there for all the other reasons. So don't think of that as a negative. That might be a positive.
yes, and in the past, it was also like there was a lot of hate if you put up something or someone put up something. There's a lot of like experts or like trust
Yeah.
the experts or scientists out there saying different stuff. Well, if they are right, why there are so many problems? So,
Yeah.
and I also look at it this way: everyone, like every coach, every nutritionist, every doctor, they're all doing their part. Of course, there are bad guys, there are good guys. Everyone is doing their part to
Yeah.
make the planet a better place. So
Yeah.
it's all
Most are
good. Yeah,
trying their best.
yeah,
Whether they're better or worse, most not all, most are trying their best.
yes,
Yeah. Well, I love that. I definitely support your goal. I think you should go for it. And my advice is just to whatever you see on social media doesn't mean that you have to be that way. You can just focus on the education and your goal of helping 10,000 people to be able to understand and work their way out of their physical pain problem. So you stay focused on that goal, not on the negatives of social media. And I think you'll do really well with it. And maybe you'll still drive a nice car, but I promise you'll feel happy. Even if you're driving a nice car, if you help 10,000 people, plenty of money is going to come back to you, and you'll be able to get that car. The car will just represent to you all the people you helped, and it'll mean more to you the people that you helped than the car. I drive a scooter myself,
oh,
so I have a cheap scooter, meaning my ride cost less than when I was broke. When I was broke, I had a car. Now my car is even cheaper. I drive a scooter, and we live right by the gym. So for my wife and the kids, we drive a golf cart. So you just got the open air. In America, some people drive a little golf cart.
yeah,
So I live a simple life right around here, driving a golf cart, driving a scooter, and so the material things, if you do get them, just let it be a representation to you of the people you've helped. But you're going to get way more joy in life out of the people you've helped than the material things. So you're on the right track.
yeah. And it's not like right now I'm also building. I want to do a little bit of farming as well. So I'm
That's
planning
amazing.
on kiwi orchards and blueberry orchards. Both of these things
That's
are
amazing.
not produced that much in India. So I'm planning those two things as well. So
That's smart. That's smart. Having a balanced lifestyle, doing different things, I think that's the way to go. Different aspects of, not falling into the trap of only just this material thing. Actually build things yourself, make things yourself, grow things yourself. That's amazing. Um, any last advice you have out there for someone who's new, wants to be a coach? So let's say someone's brand new, they have no clients, they, maybe ATG, maybe they worked out their own problem, right? And now they want to like help other people, but they have no clients, they haven't started. Any advice you have for someone like that?
uh, well, if you're just starting out, if you must have some problem, fix it. Try to learn from wherever you can. ATG, and there are plenty of sources online. I started from muscle magazines and I went all the way up to Yuri Oshensky. I read Super Training and I've read all of these
Yeah,
books. So
awesome.
start from wherever you can, build resources, work on yourself. Then, if you have a family member, you can start from there and then you can post their journey wherever you would like to, and it will build your resume. And that's how you can gain traction and then it kind of like
Mm.
rolls on from there.
That's a super smart plan for someone. You start with a family member, someone you know, and particularly in this day and age, if you can get them results, you can also show those results. People can see it in your community. You can post, you can show those results online, and someone can probably work their way from a family member or a close friend, and then start getting other clients and just build through results. You know, without the fear of, oh my gosh, how do I get a client? Well, help somebody.
Yep.
So it seems like you've simplified it. Start with find somebody, actually help them, actually help yourself if you have any problems to work out, and start growing from there. Beautiful.
Yep. Thank you.
All right. Well, I wish we were in person, and stay in close touch with me. You got my number. Let's definitely plan something in the future where we can meet in person. But this was still extremely valuable for other coaches to be able to listen to. And I love your goal for the future. And I want to thank you on behalf of ATG for helping people with ATG.
Well, thank you so much. I think I've never been this nervous since I've stopped fighting. I don't know why. Because you've been on so many big platforms, I think. So I was kind of shaking a bit. Yeah. So thank you so much, and definitely we'll stay in close touch. I would need all the help to build a social media profile up. So yeah,
I'll help you along the way.
yep. Thank you so
Easy
much.
peasy. All right. Thanks, brother.
Thank
We'll
you.
be in touch.
Thank you so much. Yep.